Welcome back to Black Girls Do Reviews. Not the pose at the beginning. We are on episode 5. Episode 5, live 5.
Oh, shout out to the
Shout out to the
live
live 5. I am so proud of the little podcast that could. Man, we really are killing it. And I'm looking at the views and the plays, and it's like people are tuning in, people are watching, people are listening. So we love y'all. We love y'all.
For real. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening to our hot takes, to us yapping for hours on end. And this is something small right now, but it's gonna grow to be big and mighty. And we're gonna look out for the people who was looking out for us at this time. So
that was with us from the beginning. We love
Mhm.
So let's get into it. This is episode 5, and we are double headers. We're reviewing 2 shows at the same time. Who you know giving it up like that? Who you know? Who you know?
What's his name? Carlos King? Is Carlos King doing that? Does he have Meredith and Mia? No.
No. And no, he don't. He doesn't. So we coming for you, Carlos.
Pretty much.
So we are going to do Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Which one do you want to go first?
I feel like let's just start off with Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And leave our baby for last.
Fact. So for me with Salt Lake City, I don't have a lot I care about, if I'm being honest, that happened in the episode. I'm looking at my notes of what I would actually care about. Oh, I care about Robert Jr. and Mary.
Yeah.
I care about that. And so I have in my notes what is going on with Robert Jr. Like seeing him, he looks so lethargic, and the way Mary was like asking him questions seemed like, okay, something's not okay here. Like what is going on? And the fact that Mary could be very cryptic with national TV, chef's kiss, love her for that, because I didn't get what was like happening in that moment. I sent you a video on TikTok of like what I found out afterwards of what was related to him. But in the scene it was like he's not just home. Like, something's going on here.
Yeah, she said like because of his lifestyle, and I was like, is it the drugs?
Is it like just I love the churchy way of answering questions like that. Like he just going through, No. Is it crack? No, sorry. But like it's what is it? No shade, no shade. Sorry. But
no shade for real.
For real. We love we got lots of love in our heart for people. So when I watched the video on TikTok, apparently he does have a substance abuse problem or issue. The video alleges like he's gone to rehab. Upon being tested going into rehab, he had to like I said, undergo testing. It was determined to be like some drugs in his system. And apparently like he's still married. You asked that question before, like is the wife living in the house? But there's like a toxic relationship between the two of them. I still haven't been able to see if the wife is living in the house too, but there's a toxic relationship there. And this video also alleges that they may not actually be married. So there was that part of it too that kind of was like thrown in. But I don't know, I don't know any of the names. Allegedly, that's what you got to say in these things. I think. Allegedly, if I watch enough of these, if I watch enough of these things, I think you have to say allegedly for everything. So allegedly, yeah. So I don't know. My heart just kind of goes out to Mary and Robert Jr. and Robert Sr. because he's not on the season because he doesn't trust production per Mary. So shout out, like my prayers go out to them, my heart go out to them. What do you think?
I feel like, yeah, definitely prayers and things that go out to the Crosby family as they go through this. However, I'm also curious, like, how did this happen? Because like, not to like, I'm not trying to put blame, but also like I just kind of feel like when you come from a family who's wealthy and well off, like where, especially in your mom is like related to the church, your dad is related to church, like where did you find in these substances at? Like, are you like, how are you doing that? And I always took Robert Jr. as like a homebody. He just kind of gives me like, I'm gonna stay inside, I'm gonna play my game vibes. So like, I don't know. This is all kind of shocking. I just never thought or would associate this with him. I also kind of feel like I know that Mary said that Robert Sr. is like not trusting a production, and that's why he's not like trying to be on the show. I just kind of felt like there might be something going on with like her and him because I don't know, like it just always seemed like it's only Mary and her son in that house.
Yeah.
It could very much be like he's literally like, please don't put me on there, but it just seems like Mary lives alone with her son and Robert Sr. is in Florida at the other house or something, or
Yeah.
Vegas or wherever they got their other houses at. I don't know, but
That's a good
yeah,
point. The house be seeming quiet. Like I don't know how
it's
to describe it. It's a very quiet house. I don't know. And I feel like if I know Bravo like how I think I know them, if Robert Sr. was walking past, they would still get him on camera. Like
yeah.
Robert Sr.
And that's the thing too. I kind of feel like even if something's going on with Robert Senior and Mary, I'm not mad at it. Like I just feel like Mary's sticking around. She doing what she gotta do. Hustle, baby, hustle.
Okay. Okay. Maybe that's why Mary is clocked in because the girl is clocked in. Like I'm living for Mary this season for sure. Like, I want to jump down to the zip lining thing where Mary pretty much clocked Heather for being the problem of the season. I'm like, it is about time that somebody and Mary, I love Mary because she don't just talk about like what's happening right there. She going way back. She was like, you lied about the black eye. You're lying about like you. She gonna keep a record of you. And so I was living for Mary just basically saying that Heather is two-faced because she is. Like, she's really the villain of the season. Lisa's so worried about it being her. Whitney pointing at the wrong person. It's Heather. She
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Heather's always been messy boots though. She's always been pot stirrer, very much like, oh, let me pet you so you can tell me your information. And then I'm going to go tell other people the same information. So Heather has always been like this. So it's like I'm happy that she's being called out on it because I feel like for some seasons it's been able to slide by. But yeah, like look at this whole situation,
mm-hmm.
all of these things that's happening. Who at the core of it? Whose name be in everything? Heather.
Heather. And it's always like Heather told me this and Heather said that. And she always add a little extra to it. Cause even her, the way she took what Angie said back to Lisa as like, you're a bad mom who let your kids play video games all night and she don't do that. Like you did a lot. Like it was
Yeah,
just it's just very messy. And I like that Mary called it out too. Like, Lisa, if you got a problem with Angie, why you just not calling Angie? Like
yeah.
just deal with whatever it
That's
is.
supposed to be friends. Yeah.
It was weird to me. So I like that Mary like just called the thing a thing for once and for all and in front of all the people that need to hear that. Um I also again, Bravo, why these people gotta be outside? Like I don't get why they have to be outside for every activity, every eating event. Like the fact that they zip lined and it's cold. Okay, got them
And
zip
then
lined.
they pull out the table from out the back of the trunk.
I said out loud, why can't they go inside? Like why? Okay, you zip lined. Now we can go inside and eat. We don't have to now sit on the hill, on the mountain and eat.
Yeah.
Like
I'm wondering, is it like, is production confining them to these spaces? Is production kind of like, oh, okay, so you did this activity, just stay here because it would just take too much to like go to a restaurant and record there. I don't know, but
yeah,
I too would like to know the science behind it because they are always outside, and I know they got fabulous jackets that I'm sure keep them very warm, but I don't have to be convinced about that anymore. I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty set in like
let
all
us
of that.
put on the walk up and then that's it. Cause I think the other part that's hard is like all the outdoor activities. These women are of a certain age. Like I don't need to keep seeing these women who are inching to 40 plus outside doing some dirt activity. Like that's not what I'm interested in. It's hard to watch. Like I'm getting cold watching them because it's
Yeah.
always the wind is like like blowing them.
Mm-hmm.
Much. I don't like it at all. And I think
Yeah.
another thing I thought of, you made me think. I wonder if like maybe they're not getting clearance to go inside a lot of places.
Oh.
Once you said like it'll probably take too long for them to get somewhere else, that made me think maybe like they're not getting
And
approved.
people, yeah, it might be like, oh no, we don't want an association with that.
Yeah. I don't know. It just makes me think of like Potomac and Atlanta. Like a lot of these places you be at a restaurant, right? Like they're asking
Yeah.
permission of the restaurant. So I wonder if it's like, no, like we don't do that here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But the outside thing is driving me nuts.
Yeah. I also do want to say I am just so happy that we have officially put an end to hearing about Jared and Brittany's relationship. And let me just tell you something, production. If you put that relationship right on my screen after this, after everyone has established they don't care anymore, oh, I'm gonna be mad. And y'all not gonna like to see me. Cause I'm gonna crash out.
Okay. You don't want to see me angry. Like, pretty much. That's the
Because
truth.
don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about them. Y'all wasting my
Oh,
good TV moments. First of all, in this day and age, let me just say this, right? People don't pay for cable anymore. At my house, we pay for cable. And for you to be wasting my cable money on Brittany and Jared Osmond, please,
please,
please.
please,
And my Peacock too, because I do sometimes look at it on Peacock. So let's not waste my money no more, please.
please, and thank you. It's the fact that like she said, just stay out of it. And everybody was like, me
Okay.
one, me two, me three. Like, please, I don't want to be in it. Production, you need to be me four. Like, no.
Get this girl off our TV screens. Thank you.
And I bet you next week she's gonna be like, hey guys, I have another announcement. Like, don't do this again.
Jared and I are having a baby.
Yeah, it's to be something like, now why would you share that? Like, I don't it was the fact that she tried to make it Lisa's fault. Like I saw the setup for it being Lisa's fault once she was eating with him.
Sitting down at the table. Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna make this Lisa's fault. And I would like to know, like, are we in junior high? Are we in eighth grade? And this is like when you was like on three-way, but the other person didn't know the other person was there.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
girl, we too old for you to be acting
Yeah.
like this is Lisa's fault.
I also feel like no shade, but he was kind of manipulative in that conversation. Like, what do you
Absolutely.
like? What are we talking about? Like, do you not see the bigger issue here? And men will do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Men do anything in these these streets. They love to embarrass you, bro. Like you was the one with the brown girl. Why are we talking about Lisa even?
Okay, why did that even come up for you? And then try to make it her fault, like, yeah, you said you were gonna call me, and then all of a sudden, like, sir, they all got the same playbook, all the men. I'm like, they all got the same playbook, and it's really pissing me off to see it on my screen. Um, what else did I? Oh, the last thing I have for Salt Lake City, I I like Bronwyn and the way she opened up her story about her daughter and the grandparents and like not seeing them her whole life and blah blah blah. But Bronwyn
Mhm.
gave like that's your real story, right? Like this is not a put on, it's not for show. Like this is her real life and she approached it in a really like refreshing way, I feel like for Housewives. Like for her to be new, you understand the reality TV beast and you still came up authentically but still with a good storyline. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like this is
Yeah.
a good casting choice, production, nice job. And then she brought it. So she didn't really feel to me like a new girl. Like after seeing that, like you see, she seemed very
Like
comfortable.
she's been here a while. Yeah.
Yeah, like managed that really, really well. And so I thought that was like a bravo, good job, Bronwyn.
Yeah. I wasn't too sure what happened with the dad. Did they mention what happened with the dad at
He
all?
passed. So he passed away when she was 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the story goes that Bronwyn got pregnant at 19. And then she told the family. She went back with him to his family. They pretty much blamed Bronwyn for being the reason why it all happened. And then 2 years later, so they decided not to be involved. 2 years later, the father dies, and that was the end of the story. Then it just becomes
Oh, wow.
in the daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um. Then Heather didn't wipe the dirt off her lip. That's the last thing I want.
She didn't. She kept that on her face for the like we saw when it happened when it came onto her face, and then
Yes.
she kept it there, which to me is like you really nasty. I'm wondering, do you wash your legs?
You're really I wonder if you wash your feet either. Like I definitely don't get it. I don't think you do. I think you feel like the water ran down and I'm standing in the tub, so that's enough. No. I, that's not enough for me. Because how was she eating with the dirt? Like it was dirt on her lip and you're eating.
So you're eating dirt. So you're eating dirt, and I know God said they say God made dirt and dirt don't hurt, but that don't mean eat it willingly though.
Tell me it really does not. I couldn't believe that. And I'm like, why okay. I'm gonna get off it because I'm starting to get disgusted. All right. So are you ready to pivot to Real Housewives of Potomac?
Pivot to the
Pivot.
girls.
We are on episode 2 of Real Housewives of
Wow.
Potomac.
We got a lot of notes
We
on this.
do. We do. We do. And we like broke it off in so many segments. So to get started, the episode opens and we have the continuation of Mia storming out. So Mia has stormed out when they basically told her that she's not protecting her children. That she's not really looking out for them, da 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 da. She's in the bathroom storming out. Um, and then we have the rest of the attitude party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's start there.
Um, so yeah, we can start with Mia in that confessional box.
now, as a fellow Bob wearer, I'm new to the Bob community. What's her name? BLB. So they calling you Bob.
Bob.
So I'm new, but her Bob looked a little
Disheveled.
yeah, like it never. And I know, like when we was kids, you didn't want your mom to bump the ends, but baby, you gonna have to bump the ends. Like, give me a little. If it's not a straight bob, then bump the ends. I feel like give me, make it look cohesive. What happened is all I had. What's going on with the bob?
Sorry, the cat. I'm cat sitting. I
Okay,
feel like there's always something going on every time we do an episode. Today's thing is I'm cat sitting. So
honestly, it's probably the good luck charm. Like once you too calm, it's like the energy's not there. So just keep the life crazy. Um, Wendy gets the bucket hat from just
mhm.
I forgot why she told her she gave her the bucket hat. Was she saying like our relationship was in a bucket or something? Or
Yeah, it
something?
was something dumb. The game was dumb, Kendra. The game was dumb. What's the rules? What's the rules? It had the audacity to give herself the crown at somebody else's birthday brunch. Shit, off your head.
What are you doing? Like she just and this is I'm gonna be honest. Giselle love to put a hat on somebody or put something on somebody's head. This is now her like third time I feel like doing this. So she did it with NECA when she crowned her new grand dame or something like that. She gave her a crown. Then she gave Andy one at the reunion. She did something for him. And now we got a whole like get off people's heads. Like what are you doing? What are you
Girl.
find another activity? So she was just weird, but she did invite Wendy out to have a conversation. And
Mhm.
this feels very much to me like you said it last week. I don't got
Yeah.
no friends. Production told me I need to get it together. So let's have that talk we should have had 2 seasons ago because what was our
And now we ain't got no jobs.
okay before we both be it's that like we gotta form an allyship if we both want to stay here. So
Yeah.
let's make it work. They are sorority sisters too, so.
They better get it together for that, if anything.
Honestly, I forgot their beef. Like I was like, oh, who was the first person? But it goes back to Giselle alleging that like Wendy got.
Eddie.
I
Wait,
thought
what?
Wendy getting surgery, or one. I thought it was like Wendy was being more like out in the open with her stuff. Like, oh, that's your point. Yeah, is Wendy dressing like that because Eddie is cheating or something like that?
Yes, yes.
That was it. I thought they
Which Giselle is wrong for. And that's the thing, like Giselle really be wrong for a lot of stuff, bro.
I feel like that's why I didn't like their sit down together because it felt like, and I know I'm jumping, but it felt like in their sit down, Wendy was accepting blame. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, Giselle started this, and anything that happens as a result of that, okay, but like you started the beef between us. Like
Yeah.
if she never said, Eddie was cheating, they would have never gotten to anything else. So when Giselle's like, "Oh, you're condescending when you get upset," and Wendy's
Mhm.
like, "I can accept that." No, don't accept it. Like I get to be condescending if you're rude to me, right? Like I get to respond however I want to respond. So, I hated that she took all the blame, as much as I hated her outfit choice. So
Yeah. I agree. I also heard that, well, I don't want to say I heard, but I saw somebody say they must have cut out um Giselle apologizing for something and Wendy saying her part on why she was mad. Because like there's just no way that Wendy walked away from that conversation with it being that. And I agree. Like,
right,
although I do not think Wendy is the it girl, I also know Wendy knows like if this is a thing where we're meeting up to kind of make amends to things, like yeah, you gonna have to say something to me too. So I do think production might have just cut that out or something like that. Definitely hated the outfit. Some of us be trying to put that shit on and we just be putting shit on.
you ate that up. You ate that up. Okay, what point was we doing this? Because I'm gonna have to clip that out. I'm gonna have to clip this right, Kendra. Clip this out right here. Cause she ate that. She ate that up. Okay, we'll say what we're
I'm sorry because when Giselle said feathers, oh the feathers, I was like, yes, that has. Like, what are we doing with the feathers?
and it was like the boobs and the feathers and it's a time and place, babe. Like it just gave, I don't know. I just was perplexed. What are we doing? Like it was weird. It was very, very weird to me. Like that, ugh. And then I hate to body shame people, but like the boobs was looking like rock hard. Like I was just
Like,
like,
they haven't settled yet in this
yeah,
veneer.
it just wasn't. I don't think that was her best outfit choice.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I've definitely seen Wendy dress better for sure.
Yes. That was a birthday dinner outfit or like a birthday moment outfit or something.
Yeah.
The club after birthday dinner or something. I don't know. It just was weird to me. So whew, what else did I have on that situation? Okay, there was one thing that I agreed with Giselle on, and I'm like, dang, I'm agreeing with Giselle more and more these days. It's scaring me. She was speaking of Mia's situation, and she was like, none of it should be here. And to me, she was implying like on this show, in this forum, like
Mhm.
none of that should be televised,
Yeah.
basically. And I'm
Mhm.
like, this is precisely the point I made last week. Like, you could have got your paternity test with nobody to be around to know, right?
Yeah.
Could have not even been discussed. It could have been swabbed and completed, no questions asked. But to like make it a part of the show, like save it for the cameras, that's very weird to me. And it's your child. Like, it's not like, oh, I gotta wait to see this person again.
Mhm.
You could have swabbed very easily. So I was like, here I go, agreeing with Giselle. Scary times.
I agree. I agree. I mean, we spoke about this last week, so I think we came to the agreement like Mia is bugging out. Like protect the children first. Like just like we should keep children out of the sit out of situations. And yeah, we also need to just like not even bring them up unless it's something positive.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. So we move on, and now we're spending time with Stacy. I love that she spells Stacy the same way I spell Stacy. I feel like that's the right way to spell it. Um,
Okay, Stacey.
exactly. I love that. So thank you, Stacey. You might like that it gave her a bonus point to me because I'm like, okay, cool. My first question was, do they have some deal with QVC for the free promo?
Please.
Because
UBC ain't never needed free promo. And then like
never heard the three letters together more in my life. Okay. It was QVC, 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 QVC. When I was working for QVC, when I left QVC, when I was at QVC, you know, QVC. Like, can y'all please stop saying them three letters together? I got it. They said it all when they introduced her the first time. So why we're saying that again this time? Didn't understand. So that pissed me off.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you ask your question next. Do you have it?
Was this marriage that Miss Stacy was in, is in, I don't know how she want to define it, a case of the hard wig, soft light? It's really, or bad wig, soft light.
Okay.
I mean, grits in her hair isn't like great, but the way she was just like describing things, like even like her being from Detroit and her daughter not really going to Detroit. The one thing I can't wait to do when I push these kids out is send them to their grandma house.
Period. Period.
What are you talking about? Like, why the baby don't know about Detroit?
And so proud for her to know German
And Spanish.
to know Detroitish.
Do she know who Lil Meech is?
Okay. Do she know it's so cold in the D? Like, come on. Let's stop playing. So I think the whole thing is weird. And I always get cringy when people start opening up more of their life. And I'm like, okay. So she said her and the soon-to-be ex-husband live in the house together, but they sleep in different rooms.
Mm-hmm.
They only plan to tell the daughter when the divorce is final. And Stacy has two homes so that when the husband is at the house, she has somewhere to go. And then when he's traveling and not there, she comes back to the house. And she and her husband are seeing other people. Like this was so much.
It's too much. It's too much. And I don't know. I just feel like my parents could never try to do nothing like that. I'm too nosy. I'm too nosy. And she an only child too. So like
She's never putting two and two together that y'all not in this room together. Like I never see y'all together though. Like the whole idea of mommy daddy, but like it's never us, all three of us together. And then I felt like I don't have any children, so let me just put the disclaimer. But like to I feel like it's so blindsiding to hey, me and your dad are splitting up. Like and that's after the divorce is final and like people are packing stuff up, like we're splitting stuff. Like I don't think she needs to know like through the whole process because I know divorces can take a long time and she's on the younger side, but like waiting until it's final just feels like a lot of pretending, a lot like hiding it and keeping it a secret. And y'all could have just told the little girl.
I also feel like it's not for them themselves. Like this is not healthy. Like or Stacy rather, because like it's you're the one who's going to a whole different apartment to sleep when your child is not there or whatever the case may be. Like that's a lot. And not your, I mean, I get it. Your money must be long to be able to do both, but still at the same time, like I think it's okay to have a conversation around, and once again, not a parent either, but if this were me, I would at least have the conversation like mommy and daddy are going through some things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not about to pretend for you. And then I just like once again, let baby girl grow up. and see this on TV, baby girl gonna be like, wow, mom and dad, you guys lied to me. Fuck y'all.
Exactly, exactly. You lied to me the entire time. Like that's all it's gonna be. Is you lied to me. You guys lied to me. I can't believe you never told me. You know how it is. Like as a like when you're a kid looking back, you don't ever be like, yeah, you guys didn't tell me that was the right thing. It's like I lived a lie. Like that's still gonna be what the little girl say. It ain't gonna be no thank you for lying to me. So that was crazy. But drum roll, please, my
That's who.
girl. Woo, Kiarna is back. I've decided to start calling her K. It was easier to type K in my notes than trying to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, K is back, looking good. Sis be snatched. I'm gonna lie, hair is always herring.
Mhm.
Love having her back on the screen. And she gives me new girl jitters though. I don't know if that was just like her first scene kind of vibes when she gets to Karen's house, but she kind of felt a little new and I wanted her to like loosen up, loosen up, loosen up, you know? When she sat on Karen's couch, it was giving very like
Proper.
loosen up, loosen up.
I'm conscious. I'm
Yeah.
conscious.
It
Yeah.
was a little loosen up, just loosen up, babe. But she is here. So her stories that we're told is she has a boyfriend, um, and she's building a new home with him. So now she's living with him. They're not married. Her family, I think she said her mom asked, like, okay, girl, when you get in the ring, but she is moving in with him. She dropped like she has an ex-fiance. And I was like, I mean, a late ex-fiance. So I was like, ooh, like, what's more on that story? But here she is again, like love has found her again. And then the last thing I took note of is Giselle actually excluded her from the Hatitude party. So you
Mhm.
asked last week, like, okay, where's Kiarna? And come to find out, she was not invited.
To find out. Sorry. I just had to do
Yes,
it.
that's correct. Come to find out, she was actually excluded from the Hatitude party. So what are your thoughts on Kay and her making her debut on RHOP and then the exclusion from the Hatitude party?
Well, I mean, I was more curious about how do you feel about living with building a house with
Mhm.
a man that you're not married to? Because I mean, I feel like it's different if you move in together, y'all both paying rent, whatever. But a mortgage, utilities.
Mhm. So as two mortgage payers, that mortgage is serious. I don't know what it is. Like I've rented and paid rent and like you feel like you got to make your rent payment, but it's something about this mortgage payment that feels so heavy on me month to month. I'd be like, I got to pay that mortgage. Like, where?
Girl, give
Woo!
it anxiety a little
Okay.
bit.
I got to figure out a way to get this money by tomorrow. Like, I be, woo! And it's not even like I really be broke down like that, but
That ass.
it's just something about a mortgage that feels so serious. So building a home, I feel like that's a lot of like material, a lot of decisions, a lot of stuff that gotta be made. I don't think I would ever. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about myself as someone who like lived with a man recently and
Mm-hmm.
was put out, but I don't think I would ever like do anything binding with someone who I wasn't married to. And I get the
Yeah.
fiance thing. And I think it works for some people to at least be fiancés with them. But for me, like, let's be married. So then, like, when it comes to if it doesn't work out, we have recourse to divide these assets, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
have a way to like make sense of how we split all of this stuff because
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that as just two partners. Or maybe that like you just go to court and sue the person for and I just feel like
Sorry.
it just feels like a lot to me. So I would only feel comfortable doing something that was that like binding as building a property with someone who like you locked in. Like this is us. Yeah. So
Yeah. I would need, I don't know, because me, I'm not really like a words person. Like you could tell me you want to marry me. That's fine. plenty of people have said they want to marry me before. Like, I need something secure to know, like, okay, yeah, let's make this move. Until that point, babe, I'm staying in my house. You stay in your house. We can be in each other's houses together, but we ain't building nothing together.
Mm. And
I
I
can imagine my family too being like, "You said what? With who?"
that my family didn't like that I moved in with that guy. So I know like if I told them like, yeah, we building a house together, yeah, I'm getting a mortgage with him. It's like, getting, what you mean you getting a mortgage? Like what you
Go get the belt.
yeah, like it would be like, yeah, you know, me and my boyfriend, we building a house. What you mean building a house? Like everything would just be like, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean? You know? Yeah, it's no way. And after seeing like that a man will really rip the rug from underneath you, no, can't do. And that is my trauma speaking, but whatever.
We good, love. We good.
Whatever. Um, why do you think Giselle excluded Kay from the Hatitude party?
Because she put her, is associating her with the whole failure of the fashion show that was last season? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was,
Mhm.
yeah. And first of all, GNA, I think we established this, like, we don't know what it is. It's never gonna give. Like, it's the two worst dressed people in the entire Housewives world,
Yeah.
right? Coming together for a fashion brand. And yeah, I just think that Giselle's a hater. Sorry for the sounds of New York City. I'm always competing with the sounds of New York City in my background, but yeah. Yeah, I just think Giselle's a hater and she just didn't extend the invitation. But I also feel like when you're doing something for someone, like the way she was doing it for Karen, you have to put your petty aside. Like, you're 40 or 50. I don't know, but
Somewhere 40 plus. I think she's 40 plus for sure. I
okay.
I I felt I definitely agree with you. Like I don't get why she has so much smoke for Kiana. Like even if you hate Candace down, yeah, if you hate Candace down to the ground, okay, cool. Like Candace ain't here no more. But why are you taking it out on her? Like she the one that got her head busted. Like and she didn't
But
start the fight. She didn't anything. So it's just very weird. And like you said, the GNA thing, like she's making it like my event, the GNA event. How dare y'all disrespect the GNA event? It's gonna come up again at that's the whole ending portion of today's the episode. This big like she act like these GNA events are like New York Fashion Week. Like, can we please
like,
relax?
it's a Met Gala, baby
Like,
girl.
you act like these are not just events that production is putting together so we got something to talk about. Like, that's all they are. So
You're lucky that I'm showing up.
like these are literally production events that all casts have to show up for. That's literally all they are. Like, calm down. And it gives like GNA, y'all really think this is gonna be a real brand? Like, y'all are that delusional. Like,
Want to be that delusional act.
I do. I do. I just launch a clothing brand and believe somebody's gonna buy this. Somebody.
Mhm. Mhm.
I and they would be successful. I'm gonna give them some free advice from your neighborhood marketing consultant.
I know that's right.
If GNA would just sell athletic gear, it would work. It's the idea that like it's athletic, but it's high fashion, but it's leisure, but it's Lululemon, but it's we don't care. Just sell
Mhm.
the leggings, sell the legging and crop top set, and that be that. Go on your little, get a manufacturer from China that'll just put GNA on the tag.
Yeah,
Good
private
to go.
label.
Yeah, like you are good to go. It's the like it's them trying to act like they're designing things and all
Yeah.
that stuff. That makes it weird. And you're not known for fashion, babe. So I would prefer. I made a note that I wish Giselle would size up her bodysuits because they're a touch too small, and you could tell because her boobs always smash down, and the crotch area reads a little too high. So just size up just for me, thanks. But if she would just sell that suit with a GNA on the back, there you go. You're already wearing it in your scenes, and that's free promo right there. So,
More
you know,
important, Giselle has three daughters who are now in college. If she could market her activewear to the college students and have her daughters wear it on campus, girls don't be thinking.
they don't think. They're the like,
Hire us.
please, you can hire us to consult because obviously y'all not thinking. Obviously y'all not. You have three daughters whose lives is athletic wear, like going to class, athletic wear. Like, come on. Ashley, every time, most times she on our screen, either she's wearing a dreadful dress that's too small, or she's wearing athletic wear. Like, why y'all just couldn't come up with legging sets? That's all y'all have to sell. Cheetah print, y'all could do flowers, y'all could do colors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where the hard part in this is. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's the pretending like y'all are gonna design something.
Yeah.
When that fashion show, and we gonna get back on track, but that fashion show last season, and it was like capes and shawls and what's the thing, trains and that. How do you? What am I doing with this?
None of us wearing that. Ain't nobody wearing that to their local gym.
No, where am I going in that? I feel like no shade, no shade. I love Beyonce. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get canceled. But I feel like that was kind of the Ivy Park issue.
Yeah.
It feels it's athletic, but it's like too nice to wear to the gym. So it's
Yeah.
like that weird cross section of like, where do I go in this?
Yeah.
And so I think there Beyonce did it successfully for a few runs, not gonna lie, because I bought a few pieces. I don't think GNA are gonna see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whew,
Back on track.
back on track. I got a lot out with that one.
You
Uh,
did. I'm glad you got that.
what's that? What's the marketing hat come out? I'd be like, hello, this is all you gotta do. So let's go to we have Stacy and Ashley meet up for a hike.
Uh-huh.
Ashley makes it a big deal to talk about grass cutting. Can we get into that?
Yeah, you know what? Like, cause she said, "Oh my God," did she say, was it Ashley complimenting her on her grass? And then she was like, "I don't even know who cuts my grass," or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, like, I don't really feel like my lawn is actually included in my HOA. So I too don't know who cuts my grass.
Rich. Very rich. We love that. We love that. Not I too. Don't know who cuts my grass. Like, I don't know. I have a landscaping guy. I don't know his name. He's landscaping guy in my phone. And he texts me, hey, I'm done. Here's your invoice. Like, okay.
Then you go.
That's it. That's it. No idea what that man's name is.
Oh God. But we also hear Stacy talk about this little boyfriend who she's in a relationship with, who is a devout Christian man.
Hmm?
They have not had sex because he does not believe in having sex until marriage. Did she say she loves him or no?
I don't remember. I don't
Okay.
remember.
But I know she did say she likes him a lot or something to that effect. Like she likes him a lot. And I was just so taken aback when Ashley had the audacity to come into the confessional and judge Stacy on really liking this man while she is still married. Whole time, pot is calling the kettle, okay? The call is coming from inside the home, baby. Because Ashley, you live in a home that is paid for by your ex. And you've been going on dates for the past 3 seasons, 2 seasons
Yeah,
now. So
exactly.
like what's like you and Stacy actually should be two peas in a pod. Y'all should be actually getting tips and tricks from each other.
Okay. It sounds like Stacy's doing it better than you, and you don't like that.
If we being honest.
And honest, if we being honest. Because Stacy really got it, she got the two houses and get to have a
Yeah.
boyfriend and yeah. And got help with the baby because that lady that was teaching her Spanish. It's
Yep.
it's giving you hating.
It's giving you're a hater.
It's
It's giving you wish that Michael No, let me take it back. It's giving you wish you made enough money to pay for your own mortgage
That
so
part.
that you can actually cut ties with Michael. But then
And
again, she do like rubbing his feet.
just stay with Michael. Daggone. I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of talking like you gonna lead us, man. You ain't going nowhere. And we cool with it. We don't care no more. You
You
know,
don't care.
you're in the same category, Brittany and Osmond Boy and
Ashley and Michael.
Michael all off my screen. Like I don't care. At all. So stop talking about it. I don't want to see no more meetings with lawyers, blah, blah, blah. Just
Nobody
keep
cares.
just let that man keep taking care of you because obviously it ain't hurting him. And you keep doing you. Get your teeth
Right.
raised up and let's move along. Like
Let's do it.
we need Candace back to just be like forehead. like you doing too much. Ugh. And I saw a sneak peek that the too much continues next episode by Ashley for Miss Stacy. Ashley's a hater.
I actually didn't see any sneak peeks. I gotta get on my Zoom.
So
Literally.
you literally I'll send you the video though. I'll send you the sneak peek. Well, Ashley's gonna continue being a hater to Stacy, and I don't like you. Stay tuned. So then we get to the GNA events.
Oh, the highlight of the episode. And I have opinions, and I already know the girls is gonna want to tussle with me. I already know.
Okay, let me set the scene and then
Set the scene. Set the scene.
so that we have the GNA event.
Mhm.
So earlier in the episode, they basically talk about how there's a scheduling conflict with the event. Um, Even though Giselle has told the group about the GNA event first, Karen texts the group saying that she's being honored at an event and it's the same day and just about the same time, I think, if not the same exact time as the GNA event.
Mhm.
And so Karen offers in the text message, hey, there's transportation like to accommodate you ladies, try to go to both. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so Giselle responds like, no, don't try to go to both, just go to Karen's event. The GNA event was to honor her father. Um and I think they have like an organization that was a part of the event. I don't did they talk about giving
That's
proceeds?
brain tumor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they had the organization there, but maybe they gave them a few proceeds. I don't remember hearing that part of it. Um and so yeah, so that kind of sets up the big question for the rest of the episode is what are the girls gonna do?
Mhm.
Gonna choose Karen? Are they gonna choose Giselle? Are they gonna go to both events? And how is this all gonna play out for the rest of the friend group?
Mhm.
I think that sets it up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, let me just say this. Giselle, I honestly don't feel like it was. I get where Giselle coming from with the whole like, all right, you know what? I don't want to be a bother to anybody. Y'all just go to Karen's event. But I also don't feel like it was a really big deal at the same time because there was transportation being provided to go to both, to do both. And to me, I know like Karen didn't fully flesh out the details of her event when she met with Giselle prior to, but you knew about the event, right? Like maybe you didn't know the exact date. You knew that it was because she put it on your radar.
Hmm?
Like it was a point that she mentioned it there, right? And maybe the details came out to the girls a little too late too, but I still think like Karen was trying to make it happen so that they can attend both, so that they can do both. She wasn't trying to ice you out. And I think the moment that the spotlight wasn't on Giselle anymore, or maybe she's just still grieving. I don't know, but I just kind of feel like she just was very nasty. Like, oh, what are we honoring you for? Because you hit a tree? Like, girl. Oh, my dad, we're honoring my father. And yes, that is very nice. But if an organization is also giving Karen an award, like that doesn't not make your father's life or like even the National Brain Tumor Society unimportant, y'all, the two truths can exist,
Yeah.
right? So that was just very like, I'm sorry, I was not on Giselle's side about anything. I do agree with the girls who did just say like it doesn't make sense for me to go over to Giselle's event at this point. I might as well just stay here, which was Wendy and Kay. So I do agree with them, but like, yeah, and Ashley's also messy boots because she actually did not tell the girls that Giselle said don't come. She said get here by 8. Messy.
Messy. I actually don't agree with you much. Not much of a tussle. I honestly feel like this is one of those moments where reality TV is like just added drama for no reason. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's two events at one time. I think each event was 2 hours long at least. Like, I feel like if we were in that scenario, I feel like I would have went to, first of all, I didn't like that the girls are already late. Like from when we see
Yeah,
the girls,
that is
they're already running late. So it's
yeah.
like if we have to be at two events in one 2 hour period,
It's
we
on
just start early.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I felt like all they had to do was show up at one person's event early with like flowers, like, hey girl, like da 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 da, here's my show of love, blah blah blah. I'm gonna stay a few minutes, and then dash off to the next person's thing, and no harm, no foul. We just keep it moving. So I didn't think it was either side was like y'all are making it more dramatic than it has to be. I feel
Yeah.
like while this event was important to Giselle, it was posed as like a GNA event and then tied
Right.
on the fact that she was going to be recognizing her dad there. And it wasn't necessarily a memorial for the dad. It was, yeah,
Let's get some money towards the National Brain Tumor Society or whatever the thing.
exactly. And I feel like it might seem small, but that is a big difference to me on how I would judge my friends for what they did on that day. Right?
Mhm.
Like, hey guys, I'm doing this like breast cancer thing for this family member that had breast cancer versus like we're honoring this person's life.
Right.
Oh, I want y'all there type of thing. Like it's small, but like it's how I just feel like, oh, is it girls okay? They trying to do the best they can to go to everything possible. I also felt like I didn't get what did I have on here? I put
Well,
that the production did good with this one. Like this was a good way to generate drama. And I
yeah.
know it didn't necessarily like put the dates together or whatever, but like this is a great way to manufacture drama in that like all the girls had to ride together.
Yeah.
Like they could have just drove separately.
That's true.
So it kind of
Mhm.
like y'all set that up, give us a little drama moment because let's manufacture some drama if we're not gonna have none. And this divide can carry the rest of the season because it could
Yeah,
be,
it is.
yeah,
It is. This was the perfect segue into like I think what we're gonna see play out throughout the rest of the season. I think obviously Karen and Giselle are gonna have some type of rift, and
mhm,
this was just the start of it. So I also want to say that this event was very much it gave like group project, but Ashley just slapped her name on it.
absolutely.
Like I feel like I don't know what Ashley did. It just doesn't give that any Ashley did anything more than show up for
But
the
why she didn't mind if they came at 8 o'clock.
mm-hmm,
It felt so important to Giselle, where Ashley was like, "Y'all better be here by 8." And Giselle's like, "No, absolutely don't come. How dare you?" Uh,
mm-hmm,
I definitely get that same sense. Ashley ain't do a dang thing but show up and drink. That was
mm-hmm. I
uh
also noticed too that at Karen's event, it was given GoPros. It was given cell phone recordings.
it
So
was.
production, why wasn't production at Karen's event? I mean, we know that Andy favors Giselle, but I just think that was kind of crazy that there wasn't two camera crews at both events.
Do you think Karen like surprised them?
You
Like
think
when
so?
you
Like a last minute thing?
I'm wondering. That was a good question because GNA, they just make that up themselves. Like they just decide when they're gonna do it. So I could see them in planning this season. They're like, okay, and we'll host a GNA event on this
Mm-hmm.
day. So production's all set up there. And then
Mm-hmm.
like 3 days before, Karen's like, hey, I'm accepting an award on the same day. And production's like, we can't get permits, we can't pull wires, like we have like we're all set up over here. Our I just wonder. That's a good question though.
Mm-hmm.
We need a line into production. Like we need an inside.
Right. Like, can we get a Bravo Connect out here?
Sources are saying, like, come on, tell us.
Slide in our DMs.
Please. We have to go to BravoCon and just see who we can like
Give out business cards. Like,
how y'all doing? And
are
just go
you
from there. So, like you said, this is gonna create the rift for the rest of the season. So I took attendance as to who goes where. So then we'll know pretty much whose side is who. So we have Miss Vivian goes to GNA. This was like the first time Miss Vivian talked, I feel like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't hear her say much at the Attitude party, but she talked when she came into GNA. Um, she basically alluded to like I was invited to you first. So
Yeah.
that's why she went. Then Jacqueline goes to GNA. I was wondering why Jacqueline wasn't in the van, but Jossie was.
That's when Mia's friendship is just so weird. I'm sorry. If that's my best friend, like, why are we not together? Like, why are you not pre-gaming at my house or
Wait,
something?
this don't make sense. It gave that the van was cast and everybody else who showed up is not cast. Like it's extras. Because why y'all wasn't riding with everybody else. Um then the remaining girls go to Karen's event first. So I have
Mm-hmm.
all the girls are at Karen's event. They stay for a little bit, hug, yeah, take a few pictures, like you said, cell phone footage. And then Kay and Wendy stay at Karen's event, which Kay absolutely makes sense for her to not be rushing to go over to Giselle's event. Wendy, I wonder if Giselle's gonna take this as like I thought we
We're
was
not really friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Stacy, Jazzy. I can't pronounce. Is it Jazzy, Jossie?
It's Jossie.
Jossie and Mia arrive at GNA at 8:02 per the timestamp at the bottom of
Mm-hmm.
the screen. Now, I did see Mia's clip when she was talking to Carlos King, so we do be coming for people, but we be watching. And Mia's like, Giselle knew we were out there. Like, it's a whole big thing once we arrive somewhere. We got to test mics, we got to unload, we got to do all this stuff. So chances are they were there before the 8:02 that we saw on the screen. It just takes them a while to get inside.
Mm-hmm.
And Mia probably should lie more often, but I don't think she lied about this at all. Like I think she really told the truth of the situation. Is like we were there, we make a lot of noise once we get somewhere and testing mics and da 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 da. So we were there, but we still got kicked out. So team versus team. We got on Karen's team, Kay and Wendy. Well, I mean, Karen's team is gonna turn into Kay, Wendy, Stacy, Jossie, and Mia,
Mm-hmm.
technically. And then GNA side is going to be Giselle, Ashley, Miss Vivian, and Jacqueline.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins? Who wins? Who wins?
I don't know who's gonna win, but I know I'm on Team Karen. I'm sorry.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna vote Team Karen too. Team Giselle just ain't
Yeah.
got no heavy hitters. Giselle probably the heaviest hitter, and she don't even hit that well. So no.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't know. I think it was very nasty of Giselle too to like just call a security. Like, I'm sorry. And the way that it was done, like I think she said the security name William, like, William, come. I was, excuse me? Bitch, I'm your coworker. Don't play with me. I gotta see you at the next freaking filming ho.
Like literally.
Like, that would make me want to call all my cousins, my sister. Cause like, Don't do that. That's so rude and just so nasty. And then it was really the part of Ashley running out with the little QR code and talking about some, oh, but you can donate, you can still donate. But you didn't even want me, your friend, your co-host, your co-founder didn't even want me in her event. The audacity of you to be asking for my hard-earned dollars after I just got kicked out of your event, you and that QR code can go to hell.
And quickly. How about that? Take it with you. Let's say and make a donation. No, ma'am.
I feel like I'm so rough this episode. I hope y'all know I'm just being messy.
I feel like this episode also feels a lot like what would I do in this scenario. Like sometimes a scenario just be a little like I would never even be in nothing like that. But this one felt like I could see my friends having two things at one time. I could see us as a group like, girl, what we about to do? Like, how we gonna make this work? I could see myself in a scenario. And like you said, like if I go somewhere and my homegirl's like, ow, ow, I want them out, I want them out.
We not really.
The first thing out my mouth is you're doing too much. Like you're doing too much. That's all I like. I don't have many things to say besides you're doing too much. And then I know as nasty as I am back, I'm going to stand so firm. Like you're not pushing me out of here though. Like that. I guess I'm gonna stand here for the rest of my life because no can do. So it definitely gave like, and what I don't know what Giselle has like her. She loves a security moment. Like, remember that reunion with Monique after the
Yeah,
fight with Candace? She had security. Why, Giselle? It never gave security.
never gave at all.
Never. They clocked your Zara outfit, and what was the purse?
Oh, the Michael Kors.
Kors purse. That outfit don't even give security. Okay, like let's be for real.
That's just
Okay.
it, Giselle. That's it. That's it. How do you feel about Jassy, closing the door on Ashley?
Now, to me, they're about to make that like, oh, like you broke my arm. Like, girl, it's like you hit the button and that's it.
And you decided to stand there with your forehead.
Like, forehead back up. You kicked us out. We in the car. What are you doing? Like, I feel like Jossie was pissed and
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm leaving. Hit the
Yeah.
button and she act like she really got like closed up in it and like it choked her. Like it's really it was not that bad. Honestly, it bumped your arm and it opened back up. It's like an elevator. Like, would you get mad that somebody pushed the elevator closed when you was coming? You do get a little mad, but also like,
You be all right.
yeah, like that's not that like, yeah, and you closed the door on me. Like, okay, but she got to make turn it into something to be the victim or act like somebody mistreated her. But it's like, girl, you kicked us out and we were leaving. So I got in the car and I hit the button to close it.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. So in the sneak peek I saw, I don't know if you saw this one too. They're at Stacy's house. You sent me that one.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Ashley brings it up or whatever, and it's gonna be like now, like they love to talk about the response, but let's talk about what happened first. Like, let's talk about why we're even in this scenario. Why am I storming off to my car and slamming the door with your arm in it? It's because I got kicked out and security escorted me. Like, that's why. So ugh, I just don't want to hear her try to turn something into something to talk about because you don't have nothing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be like, yeah, that's all I have. I can't.
That's all I have too, girl.
Forehead, forehead and neck. Not today. Where Candace at? Y'all running rogue because Candace can't get y'all back in line. Um, so I'm trying to think of if I saw anything else, but I did not. I was thinking though of like how we can end these episodes. At first, we said we were gonna do like top house husbands for this and ask different questions, but then I thought about it. We don't really be coming up with those. Well, we don't come up with enough of them. We missed them. We missed them. So I figure after we talk about all the Bravo people and all the housewives and review whatever we're reviewing, people should know about us. Like they should know about their favorite black girls. So I'm just gonna ask a random question and just answer it. That's it.
Here.
That's it. That's all you gotta do. So, I think I'm trying to find a question because I was trying to do it during the thing and I couldn't come up with it. Um,
Here a little bit.
hey. Okay, here goes one. Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character? And if so, which one?
No, I don't think I've ever had a crush on a cartoon cat. Like, no.
You ain't never
No.
found a cartoon character cute?
Like, I'm trying to think of all the cartoons that
It's
I've
like
watched.
an animation. Let's do it.
Okay, so you answer. You answer.
Oh, let's see. I don't, I'm trying to think of like Danny Phantom. Cute. Cute. Danny Phantom was cute. Who else? Um, the boy from Hey Arnold, the black boy that had the tall hair.
Gerald is not cute. You lying. Gerald is not cute.
And he was. And he was a
Nope.
good friend. It was the personality. It was the personality. I'm trying to think of who else was kind of cute.
That was his name too. I think it was.
It was Gerald. Yeah. I feel like their names is always Gerald and stuff like that. It was it was a superhero boy, a black boy superhero.
Oh, I know. Are you talking about the bald one?
No.
Oh, wait.
He is old. I didn't really watch it, but he was kind
He
of
had glasses.
he was a superhero with glasses.
Girl, never mind. I don't know.
Right. I can't think of who he was. But yeah, that's top of mind was kind of cute. Oh, you talking about the boy from Teen Titans, the big black guy from Teen Titans? Okay, he
Oh,
had a bald head, but I digress.
yeah. I
Okay,
don't
let me see
know.
if I can get another question. Let me
Yeah, that wasn't it.
You supposed to know cartoon characters.
Oh, I was talking about Fillmore. You remember Fillmore? No.
No.
Okay. Okay.
um,
Oh.
okay, so what these not even funny. Oh, let's go. What is your most used emoji?
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I love the emoji that I use, I consider this like crying, screaming, laughing. And I think it's really just a crying emoji.
It's the one with the tears straight down.
Yes, the
Yes,
tears
I think that's
down.
that to me is like I'm cracking up. Like that's the same thing to me. Like I'm weak. Like ooh.
That's what I thought it was. But I think it means that you're really crying. But I'll be using it like laughing.
Yeah,
I'm crying laughing. Like
me too. I hope people know I'm laughing. That's my top one.
me
My,
too.
my other favorite one to use is the black girl with the this hand because that's
Mhm.
gonna be everything for me. I'm like, okay, I'll be like, period. Exactly.
I like to also use the face. Would that be like you know
Like
that face? Yes.
split
That
face or something like that.
yes.
Good one. Gotta use the eyes. Always gonna be the
Of
eyes.
course.
Like just a little look. What you mean? That's a favorite. Uh, the upside down smiley face. I don't know why that one be like it
It's
gives that
okay.
face.
Yes, you made the perfect face. It's like when it's like when you at a restaurant waiting for your friends and somebody is like, "Oh, did so and so show up yet?"
Upside down
No.
smiley face. Exactly. That's exactly it. Oh, I'm trying to think of other ones that are really funny to me. Those are definitely my top.
Yeah, and I love, of course, the heart. I always send people the pink hearts or the black heart. Not the black heart, but the black hands doing this.
Okay.
Clarify, because we in
Okay.
down here.
Not the black heart.
And I also be doing the puking one because sometimes people be grossing me out. Stuff be grossing. So I'll be like,
You be getting gross ticks or comment? What you?
oh, I just be talking about people and being like,
Ew. like, like basically. Oh, you know what I love to do? Like when somebody compliments me, I love to use the blushing one with the little red hearts around it.
oh yes, yes, yes.
I be feeling like, I feel the love. Like
Yes, thank you. Yes, yes.
that's what that one gives to me. Um, those are my tops. And then praying hands. Gotta do a prayer.
That's right. I
God bless.
know that's right.
God bless. God bless.
Right.
Gotta do that. And then I think remember they said like that's not really praying hands, that's a high five. Did you
Yes,
ever
yes. Yes.
my phone? Okay. And this
And
phone, Jesus is in this phone. Okay, so it's this for me. Similar. It's this. The hands up like that. Okay.
yeah.
Gotta have a flame. Flame emoji is definitely up there too.
Gotta have a flame. Love me a little. Love me a little. The one that's kind of like smirking on the side. That's when you get one of those little texts. You gotta send that back. Like, oh, that's what.
mean, okay. Now, when I used to be on that type of time, I used to like the purple devil one, but with the kind of smirk face.
Oh. Mm.
That's all right. You already know. You already know. That's that one. Oh, I'm trying to think. All my hands is brown.
No, I didn't actually change all my things to brown, and I need that. Oh, most of them is brown though. This is
Yeah,
a brown family, okay?
very brown. It's a lot of hands in here. I didn't even realize some of these hands. Why would you need that? Okay, before we go on a tangent, get to yapping. All right.
And with that,
And with that, that's gonna be our new segment. Y'all get to know us while we continue yapping and talking about our favorite moments on social media. So stick with us. We got a lot in store. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
bye.